Hi all, welcome back to the video lecture on computer network. Today we are going to start with our module fits. The main topic which we are going to discuss in our module fits are two transport layer protocol, TCP and UDP, and remaining rest of the module we will discuss the application layer protocol like file transfer protocol FTP, domain name service DNS, electronic mail, MIME, FNMP protocol, and an introduction to World Wide Web. Before starting with the protocol, let's have a quick recap on the what do you mean by a transport layer, what are the services they are providing. We have already discussed the transport layer in the Wi-Fi OFI model. The Wi-Fi model is a fourth layer, transport layer, which is going to provide reliable as well as the cost-effective data transport from the source machine to the destination machine. While we are sending a packet, it will accept from the network layer and have to deliver to the corresponding destination. So they have to ensure the reliable transmission. So the transport layer we already came to know that it will be located in between the network layer as well as the application layer. So the key responsibility to accept the service from the network layer and provide the service to the application layer. There are two types of service they are offering the transport layer. Either it will be connectionless or connection oriented. So we will discuss which protocol will come under connectionless and which other protocol will come under connection oriented service. In the transport layer, how to remember one more thing, the transport code runs entirely on the user machine. But in the case of network layer, the code will be run on the router, which they are going to operated by a carrier. That are the key points we have to remember in the case of transport layer. So they are offering the transmission service with a cost-effective manner. For the first protocol come under the transport layer, it will be UDP. UDP means User Datagram Protocol. So it's a simple protocol. We have to remember two things while we discussing the UDP protocol. It's a connectionless protocol as well as the unreliable protocol. It's a connectionless protocol. So the protocol is going to send the packet. You need to send the packet without establishing a connection. So why it's known as unreliable means it having a limited error checking capacity. So limited error checking capacity only will be provided by the UDP protocol. That's why it's an unreliable protocol. So normally we have used it to send a packet of small sizes. For the small applications only we are going to use the UDP protocol. So it's a simple protocol having minimum overhead. So how it will be defined by RFC 768? They have mentioned like that the UDP which transmit the segment consisting of 8-byte header. While sending the packet, it's a segment transmitting 8-byte header followed by the payload. There will be two ports will be there to identify in the endpoints within the source as well as the destination machine. So once the packet arriving on the destination machine, what they have going to do means they have a handover the payload to the process attached to the destination port. So they will hand over the payload to the destination port. So the attachment which may mainly occur with the help of service primitive bind or something similar. So once the packet is arriving, the payload will be delivered to the or attached to the destination port. So without knowing the port number, it cannot able to use the protocol efficiently. So without knowing the port field, the transport layer would not know what to do with the packet. While sending the packet, the port number is essential in the case of UDP protocol. So it's going to provide simple connectionless service. So now we can move to the UDP header format. It's a 32-bit header format. There will be four parts will be there: source port and destination port, UDP length as well as the UDP checksum. So we will discuss what I mean by source port and destination port field in the UDP header as well as the UDP length and UDP checksum. For the first part will come under the UDP header. It will be force port. The force port is a 2-byte long field, 8-bit field. You have to identify the port number of the force. So there will be two essential part will be there while we sending the package. It's sender as well as the receiver port number is essential. We have discussed in the previous slide. So similarly, the destination port, it's a 8-bit field. You have to identify the port number of the destination packet. Then the next one will be the UDP length. So the UDP length is the length of the UDP including the header and data. So it's a 16-bit field. And the last one will be the checksum. It's a 2-byte long field, 16-bit field. It is the 16-bit ones complement of the sum of the UDP header as well as the pseudo header information in the IP header and data. So it's a combination of header plus data ones complement paired with a 0 octet if necessary to make the multiple of 2 octet. The application areas of UDP protocol. So we have already discussed UDP is a simple protocol, can be used in the case of the data having the size of the data will be less. So the application area where we're going to focus on the UDP protocol is that we have provide lesser concern about the flow as well as the error control. So we have already discussed that it's an unreliable protocol having the limited error checking capacity. So those who are not bothering the error control, they can go for the UDP protocol. So it's also a protocol suitable for multicasting of a UDP support packet fetching. So it's suitable for protocol for multicasting as well as the protocol for updating the information in the RIP like that. Routing information protocol we have already discussed. For updating the information from the RIP we are using UDP protocol. And it's normally used for the real-time application which cannot tolerate uneven delay between the session of a received message. And some implementation of the UDP protocol under the transport layer, it will be NTP, DNF, BootP as well as the DHCP protocol, the RSTP protocol, RIP protocol. With the other protocol we have discussed in the module 3 as well as the module 4. All over the protocol, on this protocol we are going to use the UDP protocol. So these all are the application area. In order to transmit the data from the source to destination, it's a connection-less protocol. We have to remember those key points and have to remember the header format also. Okay, thank you very much.